Welcome back, guys, to our single-player world. We're down here. None of you know where this is. I've built this between episodes. But yeah, so first thing we're gonna do today is we're just gonna head straight forward into this pitch black hole here, and hopefully, look at that. Cool. Here we go. Sweet. So here we are in the Nether, guys. I just did a quick cut there so the world could load, but I haven't yet come in here. It's my first time coming in just because of the fact that with the 1.10 release, obviously there's been not really an overhaul, but just a couple changes to the Nether. So things like you can see down there, magma blocks, they now generate in the Nether. So as far as I'm aware, this is I think the 1.10 version of my world seeds Nether. But yeah, so we now have magma blocks pretty close to us. I'm going to have to find a way down there, hopefully harvest some of those, because I want to use them in sort of the main project build for today. So yeah, might do some of that and see you guys back. I'll just do a quick explore. Cool. Okay guys, so we got a decent amount of magma blocks and a bit of everything really. I think just a decent haul. I think it was just sort of a quick job. I wasn't really looking for any fortresses or anything. It's all pretty open here. But yeah, so this is where my portal is. It's virtually at 0, 0. I think 0, 0 is actually just a little bit over here. Yep, thereabouts. Close enough. But yeah, so I'm just going to head back through now. I'm just leaving a bit of wood and some flint and steel and things here, just on the other side, just in case any ghasts spawn out in this open bit here. As you see, I've already killed sort of one or two. Oh, cool. Yeah, just got to check around here. This is all very dark and dingy in here, which I've actually had a couple mobs. Did my armor just turn on then? That was interesting. Yeah, so I might just drop some of these nether blocks off here. Should need one of those. And I'll see you back at the village when I'm ready to start with what we're doing. Cool. So here we are back at the village, guys. As you can see, just done a bit of rearranging here. That farm right there used to be right here, and there was a tree, and it's all despawning, as you can see. And then right here was the blacksmith, the one that cheaped out on the first day and gave us, I think, just like a couple of pieces of bread. And yeah, I mean, if I can't remember it, then it really wasn't worth it. But yeah, so I think the plan today is continuing. So I just want to do a bit more work on the village here. Obviously, we've got this nice looking church here. That's just my mending villager in there. I was just trying to lock him off from zombies. I think my other guys died or something. I don't know. But yeah, so I want to build a decent blacksmith right here. And the reason I want to do that is because of the fact that I've got all these sort of enchants and things. I've actually gone through, I think, 3 or 4 anvils at the moment. So I want a decent... I mean, I've got my, the enchanting table set up in the church, but I want a decent place to use like anvils and armor and all that sort of good stuff. And I figured I may as well replace that one and move it here, just a bit more open, and build it up in the sort of the style as we continue to try to transform this village. So I'm going to go ahead and just try out a few things here, just try to get a framework going, see how it turns out, and hopefully we'll come back when that's done. Okay, so a little bit later, and I've just gone ahead, I've sort of drawn up a frame for a building. Yeah, I think it took quite a while to get to this. I just sort of struggling to find things that, like, not struggling to find things that look good, but just struggling to make it look like the idea of the sort of arched roof. Sorry, I keep walking under that. Yeah, the idea of the arch roof and like the structural supports and stuff. Just took quite a while to get it actually to something that I like the look of. So I think what I'm sort of planning to do here is obviously, so this is a blacksmith building, so we're going to have like a forge and an anvil and a couple of armor stands and just things like that. But what we also want is sort of like an indoor, more of an enclosed area. So I think I've got this the plan. So let me just run over here and get a better view. That building's a little in the way, but that will change at some point. Yeah, so the plan is to have the right side of the shop be the sort of the workspace, and then this underside here be the sort of shop, like where all the supplies are kept and all that, and then above it have like a craftsman's quarters, which is why this here goes and punctures up through the roof. So that will go up maybe 2 or 3 blocks and just have a bit of a floor, bed, just some basic stuff there. But yeah, so I might just play around with some block combinations, try to figure out what the floor is going to be, the walls. I probably want to make it. I don't want to make it match this in particular, but also don't want to make it too far off. So yeah, I suppose I'll just keep going with these progress updates, and hopefully we can arrive at something. So guys, this is yeah, just quite a bit later, and I can't really remember where I was last time. I think I'd done a roof and a bit of a frame. I think I said I was going to do a frame or something like that. You guys obviously know there's 30 seconds ago for you. But yeah, this is what I've done. I've sort of gone ham on the right side of the building here. Actually, I've gone and thrown in a forge with just some of the magma blocks we collected a bit earlier. Just got sort of a coal block as a source of fuel, and just a cauldron, and anvil, you know, all the things you go and you smelt your stuff, you need to cool it down, you need fuel for the forge, all that sort of good stuff. And just a bit of a sort of out of the way crafting table, because obviously you want it to be a bit practical. But yeah, so I think that's more or less sort of show you around the back here. It's just sort of all, you got a bit of a vent for, you know, you need air to the forge, there's a chimney up top. And it's all just walled off because this is obviously the back. And then just a bit of a, I think I used the bricks just as a bit of difference there. You can see like furnaces, they've got the bottoms different to the top, and I thought the bricks would give it a bit more contrast. And I think usually bricks are a bit hard to use just because it's a weird color, but with the acacia wood, I think it fuses a bit better. Hold on, I'll just go and sleep here. But yeah, so I think I've gone and thrown in a floor and a ceiling here, just into, so this is going to be the sort of the shop building residential area, like this is where the blacksmith lives, sort of thing. I don't think we need too much out here. We might just throw in an armor stand somewhere. I don't have anything chasing me. Cool. But yeah, if we were to just go ahead and say come up the side here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good enough. Yeah, so we'll make a room up here. Might do that on camera, might not. I'll probably finish it on camera, but yeah, so we'll build this up, have the roof, I don't know, maybe I'll continue this slanting up, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I'll figure something out, and I'll get back to you either with me building it on camera or whatever. Either way, I think I'll cut it here for a second. So I'm going to be honest here. I've been stuck on this for actually a couple of days now, guys. I just can't seem to figure out what I want the walls to do with this build. Hang on, let me just go through this here. As you can see, I think I threw in the roof on the top bit there, but I think that's part of what's throwing me off, is that top bit there. Like, I want it, but I think it's that roof coming out. Like, I've sort of tried to go and follow through that curve and make it arch more, but I think it's actually offsetting, so I think I might invert that so it's just like the roof's been lifted up and curves with the building itself. I think it might be better. I think one of the main things, this is probably why you shouldn't build too much out of acacia, is sort of the block palette I'm trying to go with here. Like, I've used brick as an accent here. Like, I tried sort of trying it around here and was very quickly reminded why brick is an accent, not a a block itself. Um, yes, I think like I like these columns and the strength and things. Like it's a forge building; it should be strong and powerful and all that. But I think I think I've sort of started to lay out in Terry here. I mean, it's going to be a shop, so like there'll probably be what is it? Like a counter here that you sort of stand behind selling and just decides you retail. You come back through. There's a very quick spiral staircase up here to like a living quarters with a bed, and everything in here works pretty well. I think it might just be a case of too much sort of grey and orange. Like I kind of wanted to throw in another colour, which is why you see I've got birch, because birch is a really nice accent usually, but it doesn't work with this. I think what I've done over here at the church, because like I'm trying to keep everything relatively similar, is it's all concrete, well not concrete, but stone brick and cobble, and then the orange is the accent, which is what I've tried to do here. I've got like this sort of orange roof, a couple of bits of like orange fence and things, but it's not working. Like I don't want this building to be heavy stone. Like this part here is more of a residential thing. Like you get those sort of medieval sort of cottage, not really cottages, but like inns and things. They've got the white cob and all sorts of things. Which is why I had the birch and I've got some dark oak and things, but they don't blend well with the with the orange. So I've got to try to find some block that I can actually throw in there and have it meld well and sort of harmonicize. Probably just making up words there. Have it look fairly harmonic. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll invert that roof. I don't want to trample crops. And then I might just leave it there. I'll try to finish it off camera, or try to finish it in another episode or something. But I think the main part is the fact that this forge is now functional. I might do some interior detailing and things, come back, but yeah, that's what's happening for me at the moment. Yeah, I think that's all I've really got to say on the matter at the moment. So I'll cut now, and I'm not sure where I'm going to come back when I see you next. Cool. Okay guys, so we're over in the swamp at the moment, and as you can see we've just been gathering up some of the blue orchids, and I just want them as a finishing touch to... hello Mr. Egg, throw that. So I just want those as a finishing touch to the building that you can start to see rendering in now. So I did manage to figure some stuff out. I spent a couple hours in just a creative copy of the world, just playing around with different blocks and just being able to use the free roam that Creative has for that. And I think I figured out something that I'm happy with. I'm not overly thrilled with. Like there's parts that I like. You can start to see now. So I think what we want with these is 1, 2, 3, just as a bit of high contrast decoration. Let's take the horse back to just a temporary. God damn it! I'll relog at some point and he'll appear. But yeah, so I think I managed to just do some stuff on it. I think if it's more or less finished now, there's a whole bunch of detail I added and things. But yeah, so I managed to figure out sort of what I wanted with the aesthetic. I think, yeah, it's a bit of a compromise. There's some things that I'm really happy with. Like I actually really like this wall here, and the continuation of sort of this orange stripe all the way up into the fence gates, and sort of the greyer into the walls, stuff like that. And then there's other parts that I'm not so happy with, like this front and the back. I'm sort of like on. But yeah, I'll start out here. So what I mean, you guys have seen all this before, so that's not really new. I think I've already added the crafting table, but I just throw in an armor stand here, so just sort of missing a helmet, just sort of general pieces of armor like it's being worked on currently. I think these torches, I think, new. These doors are obviously new. I know I've done those in. Um, I think I added that beam. I don't know if it was there before, but there's a whole bunch of detail on the outside here, like these bolts shooting through and holding everything together, and just a whole bunch of. It's not really structural, but for Minecraft, it appears to be structural. There's these sort of worn down areas around the windows. Like, I don't know, someone's been standing here looking at it, or I think just it draws their attention more to the windows, and yeah, and then all this path's been done up and stuff. And well, you've seen all that, I believe. Just come in. Obviously, that'll close behind. But yeah, so we've got over in this corner, we've got an armor stand. You may see it as sort of somewhat not really hiding some lighting, just to keep this place lit up. I couldn't really figure out how to do a decent interior scheme in this sort of shop area, but yeah, so I've got this little bench thing here. Come around, obviously you can just jump over. Got some storage underneath, and then some storage in the back here as well as like some displays of we sell swords, axes, picks, all that stuff that would be smelted out of and forged out of iron and that sort of stuff. I mean, I know there's diamond, but that's like your premier display. I don't know. Right, I need to change that to a transparent block. But yeah, so we've got some chests here, and then just a little armor dispenser. There's obviously nothing in it because I'm already wearing my armor. So this would be, I mean, this is like, because our world spawn is just over that way. This would be something like if we died horrifically, something terrible happened, or, I mean, obviously, like anything we get from the end when we finally get there is going to come out over there. This would be like our sort of re-equip station, like just run over here, say in the middle of the night, I don't know. Bed gets blown up by a creeper whilst we're in it. Something like that happens, maybe. You gotta be prepared. Be quick, re-equip and all that. But yeah. Oh, sorry. This just, this door just goes out to the back, which I think you've seen that, just sort of bricked off, back of the furnace, bit of a vent. And then this here, I've sort of tried to do something, it sort of worked, it sort of didn't. Tried to highlight the door. It's the back of the building, I don't see it much. But yeah. So I'll throw some storage and stuff down there. Probably just end up junk chests. Just a candle, or not a candle, a torch holder on the wall. Come up. These buttons here, and there's some on the other side there. These all translate through to, you can see the bolts. So like there's a button on the outside, it just shoots right through like it's a steel beam. I actually left this here open. I don't like, I tried putting in the glass panes. I think they don't obviously connect to this. I didn't like this as a full block. I liked it as the partial block. These can open, but I like them closed just because of that orange thing I mentioned before. But yeah, like this, I actually think it's quite cool. It's just this sort of narrow slit. You can see out. You shift or come back a bit. You can, see a little further. Not that there's really much to see. Stuff around here. This roof's obviously been changed. You guys have already seen that. I capped these off. Like I think I just did a bit of comparative stuff to what I'd done in the church. Yeah, the floor here is... it's all pretty plain. I mean, there's not really anything up here. It's just, I've just been using this area to sleep. But that's about it. Cool. Hope you guys like it. Yeah. Damn it. Yeah. It stumped me a bit building that, but I might just do it. Oh, I need to move that overhang. I always fall into that. So yeah, that's sort of what the building looks like as is. I'm pretty happy with it. It sort of matches up for the church pretty well. Yeah, cool. So we're at the back here, guys. I just thought I'd finish up just with a bit of landscaping here at the back, just sort of make it look all nice and pretty. Yeah, so I think the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to start off with just a bit of a makeshift path coming out here. Just try to make it look like we did a bit in the front, just as a sort of, they've been, you use the back door a bit, so just throw some blocks in there, try to mess it up a bit. I mean, it's not too important, but yeah, so other than that, I think we'll throw just some walls and some fences along here, just try to make a bit of a, not really a roped off, but like a cordoned, no, but it's just fenced off. That's a good word. Yeah, so we'll go and make a bit of a sort of fenced off area. Not, it's a bit of a crumbled fence, but really here's around there, and sweet. So the main reason we're having this area at the back here, guys, is obviously we need something to store our ores, so I'm just going to head and place some ores down. I mean, it is like a forge smeltery type building thing, so we need some iron to smelt up, and then we obviously need some fuel here, and I don't want that connected to the fence, so we'll just move that over one block. But yeah, so I think I'll put these down, and then I'll just, yeah, that looks good. Cool. So what we also need is just to tie it down, and it's pretty typical Minecraft sort of hold down here. You see it all the time on like multiplayer servers, whatever. Just throw some fences over, and damn it, I'll fix that. Okay, guys, so there we are. All landscaped, all looking good. You can see I just went ahead, added some flora in, just roughened it up the terrain a touch. Went and grabbed some lily pads. Yeah, so I just went through with bone meal and things, and I added a bit more path here just to give it a texture overhaul. If we come across here, yeah, oh, damn it, too slow on that last jump. Yeah, so everything around it, they hadn't fallen whole for the first time in the episode. But yeah, so everything around it's just been touched up a bit, and it looks really good in my opinion. Obviously you guys might think otherwise, you might think it looks terrible. If you do, just tell me nicely. You don't have to go all YouTube comment hate on it. But yes, so I think I'll wrap it up there, guys. And yeah, so obviously if you liked it, leave a comment, tell me why. Like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever works for you guys. Whatever you guys need to do. I'm not really one to tell you. But yeah, I think that will do it for me, guys, today. Episode's getting about just on the verge of a little long for me, so I'm gonna wrap it up. And yeah, let's get a nice sort of. Can we get there? So that's what we've done today, guys. That's me. So cool. This is Nangino.
This is my world.
I'm out.
This is my way.